Part 3, the 7P method for creating products. Now we're going to be applying the 7P method to your existing purchases. So we're talking about the same subject, which is how to monetize all of your existing internet marketing purchases that you have on your hard drive. Now the method is a variation of one that was discussed at a recent JVZoo conference. And one of the presenters there actually came up with a way that you can actually create a product and get in front of people, as well as to get attraction from affiliates. And so what this is going to require, and we're going to be talking about the 7 P's, and I'm going to introduce them to you now, is practice, personalize, profit, proof, plug, product and persuade, and promotion. And we're going to get into individually what these things mean. We're going to do this in 2 parts, and we're going to talk about the first 4 right now. Now let's talk about what it means to practice. You should really be able to use what it is that you have. So one of the ways that we're going to turn one of these products that we have is to be able to actually use it, to become an expert, to become good at using it for the purpose that it was actually intended for. And of course, as always, your goal is going to be to get a result. Even if the product is one of instruction, if it's one of software, your goal, your ultimate goal is going to be one to get a result that not everyone is able to get. Maybe your goal is going to be to get a number of new leads. This is going to be something that's going to be attractive to other internet marketers. Maybe it's going to be more sales, or maybe you're already getting sales. Maybe you're going to be able to do it in less time. You're going to be more productive in what it is you do. And of course, as is the case, you don't have to worry if the method doesn't work exactly the way it was proposed in the original product. What you want to do is go through your process and work through the problems, because working through problems is actually going to be a good thing, because this is what's going to make it your method and it's going to make it a unique product. So from practice, we go to personalization or personalize. So what we're going to do now that we have a method, we have it working, we're able to get a result. We want to then start making tweaks based on our own intuition. We want to start thinking about ways that we might do the process differently. And we're going to take different methods and different paths to try to get to the goal that we have. And again, remember, what's important here is going to be our goal with that product. We're going to test different conclusions, just as you would do in a scientific method. You're going to test hypotheses. You're going to ask different questions that you don't see covered in either the manual or the tutorials. You're going to ask over and over, once you're getting a result, what if? What if you tried something different? What if you wanted a different result? What if there were different scenarios? You want to ask the kind of questions that you have that maybe were not covered or were not necessarily directed in the actual intent of the product. You then want to start developing your own resource list. So as you develop your product, you want to think about, well, what resources are you bringing to actually make it work that maybe were not included in the other product? You want to develop your own workarounds. This is vital. Again, once you're getting a result, the rest of this is going to be very academic. Probably the most important thing is to start getting a result. When you do that, you're going to start developing your own workarounds, your own shortcuts. You want to start thinking about things like designing your own software to answer your questions for your business. Maybe your business has a particular way of which you do things. You want to start thinking about, well, how can you design something that will answer your question, that will help you to accomplish your goals? Because that software is actually going to be sellable when you develop it yourself. Now, we're also going to want to have proof. So at every stage at which we're doing anything, in this process, we want to take a step and document everything that we're doing. We want to make sure whether we keep it in a journal, whether we keep it in a Google Doc, whatever we're doing, we want to make sure that every little step that we're taking, we are noting it down, because this is actually going to be the basis for our product. This is going to make for great case studies. And in some cases, a case study is sellable all by itself. It's going to make for very easy info product creation when you actually have to go back over what it is that you did. And it also helps you to know how to reproduce the results, how to teach people how they can get the same result that you did from the beginning. You want to document conditions. You want to document the time of day that you're doing, taking the steps that you're taking. You want to document the demographics. Document anything that you think of that could be a variable. It could be a vital thing that you can point out and a vital angle in your sales copy. Now, finally, in this video, we want to go over this word that we're calling plug. And basically, we're talking about creating a video testimonial for the vendor. So you were able to gain this insight because you actually got a product, you used it, and it actually worked for you. So you're going to start thinking about how you can make the vendor look good. Put it on YouTube. You want to take it then from YouTube and then share it on social media. When you do that, make sure that you're tagging the individuals that are involved. Contact them and then make them aware of how you're promoting them and their product and how it worked. Transcribe the testimonial and then make it available, whether or not it's online. So make sure that everything that this person did, that you put it out there, that you make sure it's available in all forms and everybody can read it, and especially the vendor. And this is going to actually help you to be able to bridge the gap between an introduction and actually having someone who would be willing and open to you and promoting your product when it is ready. Okay, now we're going to go over the rest of the 7 Ps in the next video.